Future Dana here. We are trying to reach 5,000 subscribers, and when we do, in order to celebrate that milestone for our channel, we are going to do a question and answer video. So if you have a question that you would like answered, list it in the comments below and check back when we reach 5,000 subscribers for that Q&A video. Hi, Dana here. Welcome to Sew Learn Create. If you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button and be sure you click the bell so you get notified of future videos. Also, if you'd like to support our channel, we have a Patreon page and the link will be in the description below. I just returned from the Houston Quilt Show, so today's video will be a little bit different. If you want to see my full video of my trip, the link will be in the description below also. But today, we're going to talk about all the things I purchased, and we'll see all the fun things that I found at the show. So, let's see what I got. I got a t-shirt from the Houston Quilt Festival, and I didn't realize when I decided to go that it was the 50th year of the festival. So this t-shirt is really cool, and I was glad I got to go the 50th year. It was really interesting and fun. So I got a t-shirt, and then I got some stickers. The lady was very generous with the stickers. And then I got just some bags that and lanyards they were giving to everybody. So, Baby Lock, Nietzsche, I think that's how you say it, and Handy Quilter. And you know, you always pick up these bags at shows like that because you can carry all your stuff in, but they're really handy when you get back home too. So, got all those. The next thing I want to talk about are just some notions I got. I got a new seam ripper, and I like the seam ripper handle. And of course, purple I like because I can find it easily. One of the vendors was just passing out these universal needles from Lassie. So I got that. And then I found this new product. It's a fusible powder. And the demonstration of it was really, really cool. It's called Bonash. And I'll put a link in the description of all the company information that I can find. And you just spread this powder onto your fabric, and then you iron it, and it adheres, but it keeps it very pliable. So I got that, and it comes with a giant non-stick sheet because you need this so it doesn't stick to your iron and to your surface you're ironing on. So I'm excited to try that out. It will be really useful in a lot of different projects. I got some just iron cleaner because I do use a lot of adhesive type products, and so I'm always getting stuff on my irons. So got some different iron cleaners to try out. And then at the Bonash, they also had this stain remover bar, and it's like a bar of soap. And she was talking about how well it works. This is a company out of London, and so in the UK they have this, and they've used it for years, and she was talking about how it worked well, so I thought I'd give that a try. Then several of the vendors had laces and just bins of kind of vintage laces and then newer laces, so I got some butterflies. I use these a lot on my embellished flannel shirts and t-shirts and jackets, and so I got some really cool laces that I'm excited to use on some of those. And there's this one. And I got bigger pieces, but a lot of times what I'll do is I'll cut out like a little circle out of that or the flower and then sew it on to my embellished shirts. And one of the vendors had little bags of tiny crochet doilies. And I love this size to use for shirts. So I got a rose. And then I got another product I'll talk about in a minute where you can dye some of laces and fabric, and I'm excited to try the dyeing process on some of these, like the white one, making it a different color. So I got all those. I normally am not a person who uses a quilt pattern, but I love owls, as you know from my channel, but I just thought this pattern was extremely fun, and I plan to make this wall hanging and put it in my sewing room. And my favorite owl is this guy right here, because he's kind of just barely hanging on, but with the group. And I just think he's really fun, and it's a applique pattern. Next, of course, I bought fabric. These 4 fat quarters came from a group that is a nonprofit, and they sew handbags, little purses that you stitch up and then you donate back to the nonprofit, and they send the purses to Zambia, and then they fill them in Zambia and donate them to schoolgirls. And here's their information. I'll link it in the box below. But you donate the purse back. You can make any purse that you have a pattern, but you donate it back, and then they are trying to keep schoolgirls in Zambia in school all month long. And so I got those fabrics. Then I got some other just random fat quarters that I thought were really pretty that I can use in a lot of different projects. Got a fat quarter bundle, and I thought this one was really pretty with all the shades. I tend to go for the turquoise and the greens. Green is my favorite color, but it has a wide range that I can use either in a quilt or another project. But I loved this pattern, this kind of woven weave texture. Then I got some yard fabrics, and I loved these. I like the rainbow, and then of course here's my teal and turquoise colors. I thought those were really pretty. And then I went back another day and bought from the same vendor these 2 fabrics, and I just love the shoes. I teach sewing, and my students really like kind of fun fabrics, and I thought the shoes would be kind of fun for a different project. Then I bought this bundle, and it's all words, and I haven't really opened it up, so let's undo it and see kind of what these are all fat quarters. I don't have a lot of fabrics that have words, so I thought this would be something good to have in my stash, and every quilter has one. So this one says Gracias color, so this is, it looks like it's in Spanish. And this one says something, it's in another language also, but I thought that one was fun. This one says Imagine More. Oh yeah, that is fun. This one is quilting or sewing. Curves and straights go together, getting curvy with fabric, so it's all sewing type phrases. This is Peace, Wildflowers, Silly Goose, Magic, just different terms. Love Garden. This one says, might have to open this one up. See Sisters, Like a Touchstone in Hand. Just different phrases. These are fun to use for journal covers when you need a little something in the middle of the front of the cover. It's just unique, and words are always a good thing for, like, so curious ideas, inspiration. That will be good on a journal cover. This one's Progress, Soul, Laughter, Hearts, Listening, Joy. I like the boldness of this one. I thought this one was really cool. Wasn't sure what it said. Oh, it's Imagination, Vision. I guess it goes this way. Well, no, it kind of goes either way. Harmony, Explore. So that'll also be good for journal cover type projects. And then this one just looked really cool. I wasn't sure what it said, but yeah, it's all different sewing and life quotes. This one's Expedition Survivor. And then this one looks like it has a beach or a travel theme to it. So those will be fun to use in some different projects where it's a type of fabric I don't have much of. Then I found a vendor that does Japanese fabrics. And so I bought 2 color waves of fat quarters. And a fat quarter is 18 inches wide by 22. And they're really useful for all different kinds of things. And this, my plan is to put on the back of a denim jacket down the center because I just loved the texture. It's a little bit different texture of fabric. And I thought that would be fun. I got those. And then last piece of fabric that I got was a panel. And a panel is usually a piece that has a design of some kind, or it can be like this panel where you can cut it up into chunks. And this is all quilting sayings, and I have a project in mind to do for my quilting friends for a retreat. And I just love some of them. So much fabric, so little time. This is one of my favorites. A fat quarter has less calories than a hot fudge sundae. So those are fun. Then there were several organizations there that were nonprofits that did different things with sewing and quilting for different areas. This one, they make beds for kids, and so they're looking for foster kids, and they're looking for people to donate quilts to put on the beds for the kids. And then this one is similar, but it's called My Very Own Blanket, and they help a child in foster care to have their very own blanket. It has a label with their name on it that they can carry from place to place when they travel from different foster care homes. So that's a big deal for foster care kids to have something that they can take with them from one place to another. Then another vendor I found is Kismet, and she does handmade and fair trade products in India. And they have women that work in India that make this fabric. And I bought a couple of her scrap bags, and I have some projects in mind for this, but it is all hand done, just beautiful hand stitching, and it's like 4 or 5 layers of fabric. I just thought it was really unique, and the scrap bag has lots of different fun colors, and of course, being scrap bag, they're all different sizes. I kind of went through it last night, but they're all just different colors and sizes, so they'll be fun for some small projects that I like to do. And in my full-length video of the trip, this lady, I videoed her booth and her, and she's the one has a jacket on that they make, and she's twirling around. So be sure you check her part out of my full-length video. She was really fun. Then there were a couple of new products that I found that I'm super excited about learning how to work with. I found these inks, and yes, I got a bunch of them, but not all of them. They had like 40 colors, and they're a all-purpose ink that you can use on fabric, and it is permanent. And you do it with several different methods, but the one they were showing at the Quilt Festival was where you marble it with shaving cream. And I've done that in the past, but not with fabric inks. So I'm kind of excited to use these, and be sure you check back, because I'll have some future videos of using these products, doing some really cool things, I hope. So I got all those. Get those out of the way here. Then the last thing I got were some glittered fabric type paint, and you can use them with stencils. You can use them to, I'm going to turn them over so you can kind of see the colors. It's a glitter gel. You can use them with stencils. You just kind of squeegee them on, or you can use a paintbrush and paint them onto your fabric to add just a little bit of a highlight. And this one I did get they had a special, and I got every color that they had. And then they also gave me a gnome stencil to use it with, and with Merry Christmas or Noel in French, because they're a French company. And I'm looking forward to trying these products and the inks with some smaller projects, just to add a little bit of flash and flair to something to make it just a little bit more unique. So that's what I got at the, oh, sorry, I had one more thing. Push those out of the way. There was another nonprofit. It's called Creativity Lives, and they teach primarily girls, but they teach girls how to sew, and it's to try to help them stay in school. And I'll link their information below. But they had these grab bags where they were all stapled up. You paid a fee, you got the grab bag, and each of my friends and I got a grab bag, and it was full of all different kinds of sewing products. So let me show you what I got in here. These ladies were really fun, and I think probably the products for their grab bags are donated, but I got some bias tape, and those are always fun. Some threads. Thread's always good to have, different kinds of thread. A couple of vintage buttons, and you can tell they're vintage by the price, because buttons are way more expensive now. It came with a bundle of fabric, and I thought this was real pretty, and then it has coordinating fabrics to go with it. It had some transfer art paper that you can run through your printer and then print things on it and use it in all kinds of projects. That's their flyer, and I'll put their information below also. And then it had a handwritten note, because the kids pack these gift bag or grab bags, and so I was excited that I got one from a kid, and because being in education, that it's always fun to see. I got a pattern for accessories, so we might try to make one of those sometime. I got a book on art quilting, and it's got some really interesting art quilts. Are not what I like to quilt, but they have some interesting design ideas that can be used in a lot of different things other than quilts. And then I got a ruler, scallops, vines, and waves, which helps you make this type of curved edge for your quilt or your border. So I think that's everything I got. I'm excited to work on some projects for the future and check back. And if you ever get the chance and desire to go to the Houston Quilt Festival, it's every year, and it is really an experience that you will probably love. video. It was a little different than my normal content. And for Houston Quilt Festival, it was checked off my quilting bucket list. So I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.